Hey. Okay, I'm going to keep this short. Let me start with my thesis. This is going to be under 5 minutes, so I'll keep it quick. My thesis here, my proposition is that the left, meaning Democrats, the current incarnation, which has nothing to do with liberalism at all. And if you don't know the difference between liberalism and the left, and that's a whole for another. If you're interested, I can obviously explain it to you, but you can look that up. Modern day Democrats they despise liberals, they despise intellectualism, they despise artists, they despise writers, they despise thinkers, they despise teachers, they despise science, they despise open dialectic, they despise the Enlightenment. They love racism. They're huge fans of all things Islam, but that's not liberal. They despise women. They despise homosexuals. This is obvious. I mean, this is clear as day. Okay. So let's just proceed from there. I'm going to assume you know that, because otherwise, you need to go look that up. Just watch Bill Maher, where Sam Harris was having an argument with the ruddy-faced idiot, roided up, apparently, Ben Affleck. And that's a crash course in the difference between a true liberal and just a raving asshole. Okay, let's move past that. My proposal here is that I'm pretty sure that Democrats now use ignorance as bling bling. I'm going to give you some examples of stuff where you might think, well, that sounds crazy, but today it's accepted as completely, well, yeah, that actually makes sense. So if I said to you 100 years ago, before people studied body language, and if I said, well, the reason when you go to an interview, they're in a bigger chair and they're higher up, that's to exert dominance over you. Or if I were to say that, when they took, when the presidents took Native Americans from a variety of different nations to Washington, D.C., it was basically to say, see how big our buildings are? You don't stand a chance, kid. Or if I said that a handshake, and whether or not you have the high hand, or in a photo, if you're standing to the right or the left, and you really better think about that before you become a politician, because it matters. One person has to kind of crunch their arm in, and the other gets to reach over and take control. Or if two politicians going through a door, if one goes first, and the taller one, by a half an inch, has their hand on the shoulder of the subservient, basically a captured, diminutive figure. You'd go, what are you, nuts? But now we take these as just, well, of course. Yeah, those are all power plays. Everyone's jockeying for power. Okay, great. So just keep that in mind. We didn't used to know these things, and now we accept them as obvious. In fact, much of writing, if you're a writer, is about jockeying for power. I mean, look at the extraordinary scene from No Country for Old Men, where Anton Chigurh walks into a gas station convenience store, and that's this tense moment of jockeying for power. Oh, I need to close now. When do you close? But now. Now is not a time. When it's dark, about when it's dark. It's like, oof. Okay, so this is going on everywhere around you. Every conversation you have with everyone has this political jockeying for power element just baked right into the system. Because that's kind of what everyone does. And from the moment they're born until the moment they die. Jockeying for power. Social status. Or as Hannibal Lecter would say, advancement, of course. All right, so what are the Dems doing now when they pretend to be mentally retarded? When you say, have you read this? No, I don't read that. Okay, do you find this logical? I don't really do the logic thing. Why do you lie all the time? I don't know. It's fun. Why would they adopt this seemingly childish stance of knowing nothing, caring about nothing, and completely rejecting the concept of ethics as a ideology, or even as something that should be considered. Why is it funny to them to watch other people suffer? I think it's bling bling. I think it's very much like, Snow White. You know that story? Used to be, oh, she's the palest, most pure, The idea was that she's never outside. She doesn't work for a living. So her skin is never exposed to the sun. That used to be the bling bling of the day. Long fingernails are kind of a bling bling. Saying sort of or kind of is a kind of bling bling, because you're indicating, I don't work in any real profession. I don't work for NASA. I don't work at an ER. I just kind of sort of get along and sort of kind of. I don't have to be precise in my language because I'm above that. These days, a good tan and really white teeth is an indication that, yeah, I don't work. I'm on vacation all the time. That's what you see on CNN and Fox News. Okay, so the proposal, I've gone to 6 minutes now. I'm sorry, I apologize. The idea is that I think the Democrats saying, I don't read, I don't know anything, I'm thoughtless, I'm careless, I just don't give a damn, isn't just a nihilistic overture for chaos. I think they're saying, I don't have to think. I don't have to read. I don't have to know anything. I don't have to empathize. I don't gotta do shit. Dig? You're the help. That's your job. Don't let them get away with it. See it in this light. They don't believe a goddamn word they say. What they're saying is, you work for a living. I don't. One of us is going to clean my toilet. And it sure as shit ain't going to be me.